Please welcome Mr. Rich Hall, ladies and gentlemen. Hardest working man in show business. Now that James Brown is cooled off a bit.
Hardest working man. How you doing?
You are all over the place.
Yeah. I was in Memphis. And usually no matter what city you say,
you were there alone.
Yeah. I'm not a big sports fan, but I might be now. You know, Memphis is trying to get a NFL expansion team. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I heard that.
I'm pretty sure if it's going to be a Memphis team that they got to call them the Elvises.
I think they have
I would start watching. Then I could just. They're going to have the one-piece uniform, you know, just a big high collar up there. Pork chop sideburns on the helmets there, you know. The quarterback would be, every pass would be like this.
Driving down the field.
I would pay to see
Driving down the field in big old Cadillacs.
That's right. The Elvises are on the field.
So this tour with Paula Poundstone, all across the country? Every major city?
No, the most disorganized tour you've ever seen in your life. It's like one date, 14 days off, and to kill in some seedy motel, you know, in Merrillville, Indiana. And then another night. And it's just badly organized tour, but it's fun. It's fun.
You're going to see the country?
Yeah, definitely. We played every major. Does this term mean anything to you? When someone books you into the room and they say, "Well, it's in the activity room."
It's community centers,
multi-function room. Yeah, you're in the multi-purpose room in Merrillville, Indiana. So most of them have been pretty good by our standards, which is if we can draw like 800 people. I think that's great, you know.
Yeah, sure.
But they're putting us in like these 2,000-seat theaters, and it's just empty, you know. It's just tumbleweeds in the back going around, you know. So
get out there, please, folks. With your help, we can pack these auditorii.
No, I don't want to sound pathetic or anything because it's been fun, and but you know they should put us in smaller places.
Well, what I love about seeing you on the road, and I've caught you in a couple of different cities, is how you like to write jokes for the city that you're in at any given moment. I love that.
Yeah. I have so much material about every state, Paul, that I thought we'd just bring out a big map and
play a little game.
Yeah, and have you just bring it out and you know have somebody know and pull up the map.
Have a map.
And whatever city you hit, you know, whatever state you hit, there you go. That's good. Yeah.
Okay, so put it right there on your.
Yeah.
All right.
So you know.
So I just get to throw a few darts.
And whatever state you hit, I'll have a joke about it there. So maybe you want to move it. Maybe you want to get it out of the range of these people.
Oh no, I don't mind.
All right, go ahead. Sure.
Okay. You want to bring that up on stage? Come on, Frank. Come here, give me that. Thank you, Randy. Over here. Here we go. Is this good? Good positioning? Good. We want to milk this gag for all it's worth. All right, here we go. Now, folks, if you buy real estate with no money down... Sorry. All right, is this going to fall on us and kill us? All right, here we go. So I just throw a dart anywhere in the country.
Sure,
you got a joke for any place we go.
Well, before you do that, though, I have one impression.
Oh, is that necessary to do at this point?
No, this is my impression of... This is William Hurt if he were a weatherman. Okay, this is William Hurt if he were a weatherman. There is this high-pressure system moving intractably. And what is this obsession with having to know whether it's going to be a good... Thank you.
Okay, there we go. William Hurt if he were a weatherman.
Any state, I've got a hunk on any state. Any state.
Right,
even if you... Yeah, there you go.
Okay, that would be North Carolina.
All right.
No, I'm sorry. It's actually, yes, it's on North Carolina.
Right on the border? Because I have a Tennessee-North Carolina border joke.
It is actually... Yeah. As a matter of fact, it is right smack on the border, which, you know, I planned.
It's right on the border?
Yes.
All right. Is it in the Smokies? Because they got like a Smoky Mountain.
It is actually, as a matter of fact, it's right there in Great Smoky Mountains National Park.
All right. On the Carolina side.
Okay.
You know, I'm from North Carolina.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. You see, now we got it. Are you from North Carolina? Oh, yeah. Good. You don't have anything funny that you'd like to add right here, would you? Because... don't really have anything about North Carolina. I
So-
really didn't think
All
there
right,
was
well,
any chance
that,
ever.
you know, it's 1 out of 50, right? So let's try for another one.
Yeah,
All right,
okay.
Okay. Yeah, anybody can. Jeez, if the guy's got 49 great jokes for crying
Well, wait a
out
minute, I kind of have something funny.
loud. Oh, okay.
It's like a big trucking terminal.
Okay, we'll try, 1 out of 50. Can't, here we go. A little more in the, all right, Texas, big state. Probably a lot of stuff about
Big
Texas.
state, yeah. People in Texas, they like to brag about how big the state is, and they'll say to you, you get in your car and you drive through Texas, buddy, and you're just driving and driving and driving, and 3 days later you're still driving through Texas. And I always like to say, yeah, I had a piece of crap car like that myself once.
There we go. Texas, all right, okay. You want to take a toss at this? All right, come on, do this. Here, we hit the one with the tail on it. There you go.
If you could try to hit northern Idaho, because I've got this thing about this hostage thing. That's
home of Disneyland.
Oh, yeah. Right. One time I was trying to find Disneyland, and God, if I didn't end up in Canada. It was just, the thing about Canadians is they'll talk about how big the country is. You talk to a Canadian, go, oh yeah, man, you'll be driving through the continent, and it take you like 2 weeks to drive through the continent. It's so big. I guess you can see where I'm going with this. Yeah. Okay.
But this would be a variation on the joke. You say, oh, I had a piece of crap car too.
Hey,
It's a whole different joke.
A Ford,
It's a whole different joke.
What do you got there?
That's a pretty big state here. Indiana.
Yeah. That's eastern Indiana, right?
That's Illinois. You got your choice.
Oh yeah, Indiana, Illinois. It's like quail country, Speaking of quail, speaking of these, these family values, Paul. What do they mean? What do they mean by family value? What is family value? I mean, no, I'm serious. Forget the board. Aren't you the whole Republican platform, the whole family values? Have to have family values. Well, what is a family value?
It's a vague sort of buzzword kind of notion. That's all.
Right. Yeah. What about those of us who don't really want to be back with our families? I spent like 16 years trying to get away from my family. I don't want and quail, calling back saying, I'll be home for Christmas this year. Yeah, and I got that. You probably have non-supportive people somewhere in your family. I'm sure there's one guy who doesn't get what you do. An uncle, a grandfather, someone you tell those jokes, Paul, huh? Still telling those jokes for a living? It's my grandfather. Still telling those jokes for a living, Rich? Riding the gravy train, huh? Riding the gravy train. I just want to ask him, what's the gravy train? What is the gravy train? It's not running anymore, I don't think. There's people, mountains of mashed potatoes wheeling them up to the platform. I-15 gravy train. Giblet car. So,
should we go back to the board at all? You think you want to play some more on the board?
If you want to, you can.
I want to give it a
maybe you
shot.
got some bits about the state.
That's a pretty small state, my friend.
Yeah.
Wait
yeah.
a second. Is that New Hampshire? No. Hey, Rich.
I got nothing.
We could live with a joke about the color green. That would work.
Maine is right next to New Hampshire, right?
Matter of fact, it is.
What a state, New Hampshire. New Hampshire is the state with a license plate that says "Live free or die."
That's correct. I do know that. Yes.
Guys in prison have to make these license plates. Thank you.
Rich Hall, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
They're kind of to me what Lola was to the Kinks, They're like, I don't really do them on stage.
Not again, right?
Yeah, I don't do them on stage, but people kind of think that I do, and then they come into the shows, and then I don't do them, and then there's like a small, kind of resembles like an Argentine soccer riot after the show of people trying to get their money back. But on stage,
I'd be happy if I could incite some rioting at some point in my shows.
Yeah. So I don't actually do them, but then somebody will yell out Sniglets. So I do have one new one, which is dubious, Doobious, which is how someone feels about any candidate who, claims they smoke pot but didn't inhale. And, the last book kind of went, the last figures on the last book, which was the 5th one, were that it had just outsold, Khalil Gibran's Cajun Seafood Cookbook. So,
which you would think would be a big seller, but no, apparently.
Yeah. So I put him to bed, and also the show I was on, not necessarily the news, isn't on anymore. So I decided to kill them all.
Well, I know you moved on to a lot of other things, not the least of which being music. You have a tremendous interest in music.
I just got back from Finland, where we went over to VH1 to shoot to do a special in Finland with Ringo Starr and Bobby McFerrin.
Oh, goodness! I'm glad you said Ringo. Thinking about Finnish folk music. What are you going?
It was all American. It was all American rock and rollers in Finland. It wasn't even a jazz festival. I mean, it was, the Beatles. The Beatle. In fact, during the interview, I actually had to stop and say, "Mom, I'm talking to a Beatle." And he was, very gracious, very, very funny guy. And so I have a huge interest in music, and I'm very worried about Bill Clinton, for example, and Tipper Gore, and those kind of people who. Now, let me just point this out. Okay. Here's an example: Bill Clinton, who does that, perhaps refers to killing cops. But then I see him on an interview, and he says his favorite musician is Eric Clapton, who sings "I Shot the Sheriff." Yeah. So, apparently it's okay to shoot the sheriff as long as you don't shoot the deputy. I guess that's where you draw the line. So it's very scary, very scary.
And what else do you have going besides the VH1 show and your tour with Paula Poundstone? What else is going?
Well.
Oh, you're doing an album, right?
Yeah, I do have an album coming out. It's called, thanks. It's called,
I think I can sell one of them.
Yeah. It's called Head Cleaner. I think we're going to sell some cassettes by accident, even if it sucks. And, kind of pretty good about that. And, just like you tell a few jokes, you see the world. That's what I do.
I don't see the world. I see mostly these 2 walls. I don't even have 4 walls.
Oh, yeah. So that's basically it.
That's it. End of line for you?
End of line,
Just
yeah.
sell that album and then retire.
After that, I get a Snap-on truck, and I'm really in business.
Have you heard about Amway?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's scary.
It's the same guy who wants to buy the record.
Are you actually an Amway guy?
No, I got a friend that is.
Oh, yeah.
Happens to everybody or tries.
Yeah. Oh, you're from the South, right?
Yeah.
This is called stretching when you talk to people in the audience. You're from the South, right? Where are you from?
Atlanta.
Oh, nice town.
Yeah.
You got a joke about that, Sam?
Yeah, they say you drive through Georgia. That's a big state, right?
Rich Hall.
Yeah.
We'll see you later. Come back to Comics Only.